Hi LEGO fans, it's Steven, and this week we're taking a look at another set from the Batman movie from LEGO and Warner Brothers. It's set 70905. It's the Batmobile, or at least a Batmobile, because we've got a million Batmobiles running around the Major Spoilers HQ, but it's the Batmobile that looks pretty cool. Let's take a look at the speed build, the time lapse, and talk about this set right after. Set 70905, it is the Batmobile that we get in this collection. And it's a pretty big Batmobile, but before we look at all of the features of Batman's latest ride, let's take a look at the minifigures. Starting off with Batman all in black. Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. He does have a couple of different faces on this one. He has a face that is somewhat shocked, and then we have, of course, the stern Batman face. Next up, we have Robin. Now, this is the Robin that we see in the upcoming Batman movie, and it looks really cool. I dig it. I love the look. I love the big googly eyes that this kid has, and I know it's a running gag, but even the Speedo looks really cool on this figure. I also love the hairpiece. Again, I think we're seeing more hairpieces come out in the more recent LEGO sets that are different and things that we haven't seen before, and I really like that. Robin does have a little bat gun with some bat merch that he can shoot out. And one thing that I've mentioned before, especially when we looked at the Batgirl figure from a previous set, is this cape is more of a ribbon material than a stretchy fiber or a paper material that we've seen in the past. And I like the fact that certain characters are getting the ribbon treatment, other characters are getting the stretchy fabric treatment, and yet others are getting the old-fashioned paper treatment. But I like the cape on this Robin figure. I think Robin is probably one of my most favorite figures out of this set. Next up, we have Man-Bat. Now, Man-Bat is not a new figure. Man-Bat has appeared in other sets before. From what I can tell, there's no difference between this Man-Bat and the Man-Bat that we have seen in previous sets. So if you're looking to get a set just for Man-Bat, and you've already got one in your collection, this feels like a repeat. One of the drawbacks, I think, for Man-Bat is that his arms are kind of in this constant fixed position, so that even if you move his arms down, the wings go with it, and it kind of looks a little funky. So I think Man-Bat is someone who's going to have a permanent, my arms are stuck up in the air kind of position. It's okay, though. I mean, it's cool. If you don't have a Man-Bat, here's a Man-Bat for you. Finally, in this set, we get the Kabuki Twins. Now, what's really interesting about the Kabuki Twins is not their scary masks or their cool claws that we've seen before. It's that the Kabuki Twins, the last time that I remember seeing them was in the Batman Strikes animated series that ran years ago. And the Kabuki Twins, while they are bad guys for Batman to fight in this set, they're really assistants to the Penguin. And we haven't seen a Penguin set yet. Kabuki Twins are pretty much basic figures, nice face paint. We've seen these claws before. Costume is all one color. You get two of them, so that's twice the fun in battling some ninja-type characters in this set. So those are the minifigures. What about the Batmobile? Well, let's take a look at the Batmobile, and let's first focus on this logo emblazoned across the side, the Speedwagon. Oh man, Batman doesn't have any kind of an attitude or ego, does he? Wow, the Batmobile, the Speedwagon. I hope it plays REO as its main soundtrack. This looks like a hot rod roadster, and it should, because it has a lot of features in it that I think kids and adults are going to have fun playing around with. First are these giant wheels, and like we saw with the Joker Lowrider, these wheels can be adjusted so you can make it go from a more hot rod position up into more of a monster truck configuration. I love the exhaust ports all over this car. It gives it the feel of a real muscle car. And of course, you got to giggle when you take a look at the hood ornament of the Bat there on the front. I kind of do dig the front of this vehicle, though. I mean, it's got this battering ram thing. You've got the cool license plate there. Overall, the aesthetic is really kind of neat. On the backside, well, you have a jet engine, you have some bat wings, and you have another license plate. All important when you're driving around the city. You want people to know that this is a registered car. As far as cool features that go in the Batmobile, there are a couple. There are 2 stud shooters located on each side of the cockpit so that you can shoot those out in front of you. That's a nice touch. And the inside of the car will allow both Batman and Robin to sit, which is something that you want when you're driving your Batmobile. You want Batman and Robin both to be able to fit in the vehicle. One cool feature, though, is how do they pop into action? Well, twist the engine on the back and the canopy deploys and you can access your characters inside. That's kind of a fun little touch if you want your figures to spring into action, or maybe you want to have one of the Kabuki Twins use their little claws to maybe rip the top off. Other than that, though, that is the extent of the play features of this car. I mean, you've got the wheels that can turn, you've got the exploding canopy, you've got 2 stud shooters. That's about it, though. It does roll really nicely, though. I do love these big, soft, oversized wheels that we see in a lot of vehicles coming from Lego recently, or more so in the superhero collection. I guess it makes them seem more powerful, more big, more maybe overcompensating for something. I mean, Batman is just a regular guy, right? This is a fun little set. With the exception of Robin and maybe the Kabuki Twins, I don't know if there's a lot of extras in here that fans will want to scramble for. I mean, certainly if you've already got a Man-Bat figure, you won't want to grab the set just for Man-Bat. Although if you didn't grab Man-Bat before, here is your chance. Robin, though, is really nice. I have a feeling we'll see Robin in some more sets coming up. This is, in my opinion, maybe buy it if you really want another Batmobile to add to your collection. I mean, it is full of bravado and bigness and craziness, so maybe that's why you want to get it. But I think overall, I would probably say, unless it's an emergency, pass on it. But then again, I think everybody wants a new Batmobile in their collection. That wraps it up for this installment of our Lego builds. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see us create more of these, we could really use your help. That pays for our equipment costs and the sets and all the other things that we have to put together to bring these reviews and looks at these Lego sets to you. You can help us out by going over to patreon.com/majorspoilers. There is a link down in the show notes. Every little bit helps, so maybe you can only contribute, I mean, less than the cost of a cup of coffee will get us through a month, and we really appreciate those of you who have become patrons in the past. So head over to patreon.com/majorspoilers. If you would like to buy this set, there is an affiliate link down below as well. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's @majorspoilers. Our website is majorspoilers.com, and we'll be back next week with another Lego set. I wonder what Lego set we'll be taking a look at next week. I bet it has Batman in it. Until then, take care.